RobSquared! What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Doing okay. It's a very nice formal green. Nice to meet you. Rob.
I have your information.
All right. We never shot this out previously, but this is like our 56th podcast.
Doesn't seem like it.
No, at least video, like, you know, and
Yeah.
we did a few like single video recaps. We've also done some 2-hour-long podcasts.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of all even out to hour, whatever, 50-minute shows.
I've thrown some stuff out there.
Yeah, I wasn't counting your videos. I was saying just RobSquared.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's like 75 videos up.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
Not even 3 months. We're getting it, boys.
Yeah.
And girls, and whatever else. Whatever you identify as in the back seat there.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Shout out to Dave, our buddy, Chappelle. Yeah. Hopefully he can come on the pod soon and get us canceled.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, maybe in a couple months he might have to come on the pod.
he's not working.
Right? He's got enough money. All right, so week 7 is actually already underway.
Yeah.
From the last night game. We'll get into that on the next pod. We're going to do our preview, and then we can talk a little bit about what happened last night. Today we're recording on a Friday here, so we got our betting segment here. So what did we say the records were? We both went 2-2 last week.
Yeah. You
got him right here.
Text me.
So he is 10-5-2. I am 9-7-1. So for this exercise, you're up by 1. We're doing a season-long wins challenge here. You're doing well.
All right. Yeah.
You're winning twice as much as you lose with a couple pushes.
Yeah.
I started off 3-0, so I've been struggling. Went 2-2 last week, but this week, I say it every week, it's gonna be the week.
One big week, and yeah, we'll be well ahead of the game.
There's one thing to update you on: the R2, our smash pick. Whenever we agree, you know, we don't really share our picks before. We talk about games we like, and then we surprise each other here. We're 4-0.
Yeah.
Last week we had the Raiders +4. We both liked them to win the game. I liked them -2.5 with 2.25 to 1 odds. And they destroyed them.
Yeah.
They destroyed Denver, and you know we thought Denver was frauds. Looked like frauds last night. Looked like frauds against the Raiders.
It definitely is reassuring because we've also done a few of those off camera where we're like, oh, we both love this, but the 4 that we've recorded on camera have been like you're not even sweating,
right?
Like, you're just walking
from fucking the get.
You're walking through it, and yeah. So it's hopefully this is
we might have another one here today.
Hopefully a continuation of it. Yeah.
What's your first pick there, bud?
I'm going to start off. Actually, I have a few early games this week. I didn't do early, middle, and then late.
Just doing the ones you like.
Yeah. Just because I do like the Sunday Night Football, but I want to maybe build up a couple wins before that. First game I like is the Panthers at -3 at the Giants. I think this is one you like too.
Yeah.
We were discussing.
So, spoiler: I'm doing 3 props again and then 1 game.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. Pick my best game, and this is my best game. So this is our 5th R2 pick, and we both got it at -2.5, and the line just moved to 3.
It's been bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, it started at 3, and then moved down to 2.5, and we thought it'd go up to 4 or 5. And then the news today, we were just talking. The Giants are depleted, like as depleted as the Browns were last night, but they don't quite have the roster around that. Those they have no playmakers right now. Yeah. So Sterling Shepard, he's hamstring flared up. He might be out. Tony's already out. Galladay's already out. Barkley's already out. Evan Ingram might be out.
Yeah.
They got Daniel Jones and Scrubs, and Carolina is only missing CMC.
Yeah. I think this is a big get right spot for Carolina. Right now it's at -3. It's probably going to go the other way, so if you can get it, I saw it was -3 like at -105. So if you go down to -2.5, we were discussing
by a half point.
This is where we bet it at 2.5. I still like it at 3, but the half point.
We love it at 2.5.
Yeah, that juice is I think it's worth it.
You could get it to about -125. -120 maybe.
Yeah, I think it's worth it there.
Yeah. So then you bet 120 to win 100.
Yeah.
You give yourself that if they do win by a field goal instead of pushing, you win.
Yep.
Even though I would project, what do you think they're going to win by if you had to? I say 13. 10 or 13.
The way I envision the game is they'll probably come out, start off like a 10-0, 13-0 lead in the first half. Giants will keep rallying a little bit, and then middle third, early fourth, there'll be a couple of Giant turnovers. It might be. I think it's going to be a double-digit win, 2 scores, like 10 plus.
And again, I also have this as my one game. So this is our R2 smash pick, going for 5-0 here. We both love the game. What's your second pick?
Chiefs -5 at the Titans. I think Chiefs are starting to come into form a little bit. They only allowed, 13 points against, who did they play last week?
They played Washington.
Yeah.
They allowed 0 points in the second half.
Yeah, so I just think that they're coming into form. Tennessee, I saw a tweet from A.J. Brown where he said he couldn't keep any food down.
Yeah, he had food poisoning.
Yeah, so I know he was hurt too. It's just not, when you're trying to recover and your body's fighting off something like that, I don't like that. I just don't know if they have the firepower to keep up. I know Henry's been killing it.
Yeah. They're coming off a really emotional win.
But Chiefs go up 14-0. The Titans have resiliency to come back against teams like the Jets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think so against the Chiefs.
It's about time the Chiefs start covering. They covered last week.
Less than a touchdown. I know the Titans, they could beat anyone on any given day, it seems like, but I still think they're overrated. They have a bad defense.
All right, so I have 3 props here for you. I'll give you the first one here.
Okay.
Terry McLaurin, 67.5.
Okay.
That's a pretty low number. I feel like he's been struggling. There's no way to, I'm not going to dance around it. But it's not because they're not giving him targets. It's just been some bad quarterback play. So he's at Green Bay this week. I feel like, they're 7.5 point underdogs. They're going to be throwing. He's coming off 2 down weeks in a row. So the last 2 games, he has 19 targets and only 8 catches and only 74 yards.
Okay.
The game before, though, he had 6 for 123. So here's his targets the season targets: 4, 14, 7, 13, 11, 8.
Yeah.
So I know he's getting 10 targets. Now he should be able to turn 10 targets into 75 or 80 yards.
Yeah.
I'm projecting 100 yards here in this game. Smash spot. Jair Alexander's still out. We both agree the Packers are a little overrated. I'm not saying Washington can win the game, but
I think it's going to be close. I think Washington has some fight in them. They have a proud team, proud coach, and Packers are a team that I don't have. Like I said, they remind me of Seattle, but obviously with the quarterback.
Right.
I think if they lost Rodgers, it'd be worse than Seattle is right now.
Yeah. So 67.5 yards. He's one big play away from being one catch away from getting it.
I like that one.
And all right, what do you got? What's your third pick?
This is also an early game. So these are all third new game I have going. I'm taking the Bengals. I really wanted to wait on this. I think you should wait on it because I think it'll go up to 7. But the Bengals plus 6.5.
I still saw it at 6 earlier. So
okay, I think it's. I would guess the public perception is on Baltimore after the beatdown. But I got Bengals plus 6.5 at Baltimore. If you can try and wait till see if there's a 7 that pops up, I'd recommend that. But I just want to get that pick out there. Bengals, I just think I still think the Ravens are overrated. They had literally 4 bad games until they kind of snuck out into this recent one where they just demolished the Charger. Yeah. So until that, that was their best game of the year, but they're not that good. Obviously.
Are you doing this as a spite pick because of how much money you lost in the Chargers last week? Like
to fade Baltimore.
Fuck you, Baltimore. No, do it twice in a row.
No. Well, kind of. It's a Baltimore fade, and I think the Bengals are underrated. So.
Real quick, if let's say Baltimore rolls them, hypothetically, 35-14.
Yeah.
And we're both kind of down on Baltimore. What's it going to take for you and for me to finally be like, all right, the injuries happen, whatever. They're a different team. They're amazing. We trust them. Because they would be, 6-1?
Yeah, and this is... So, if right now, if the Bengals, they're 1 game back in the division, they win this, they'll be 2-0 in the division, and a game up on Baltimore. And Baltimore hasn't played... This is Baltimore's first division game.
Oh.
So, if they can do this, that would be a stranglehold at that point. I don't know. It's... with the Browns injury, with Baltimore,
I think the Bengals have a decent shot to win the game outright.
Yeah, I think Baltimore falls back down to earth this week.
If they win, maybe more of a 3-point victory. Obviously, we give you a lot of points to play with.
It seems like it's going to be like every other week besides the Chargers week where they're going to be down 2 scores, 10-0, 14-0, or whatever, 14 points at one point.
Well, this is a nice segue into my next player, is Joe Mixon.
Okay.
So, real quick, let's give you a little trivia here, or the game show kind of thing.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon's total yards, what do you think it's at? Total, rushing and receiving.
89.5.
76.5.
Holy cow.
Pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean, they did shut down Eckler. 6 for 7 yards rushing. He had like 48 yards receiving, but that was total fucking stomping.
Yeah.
I'm just going back to the Colts game. Jonathan Taylor. What did he have? 140?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Jonathan Taylor's probably a little bit better than Joe Mixon, and they have a better rushing team, I guess. But, like, I don't know. Joe Mixon's getting healthy. I feel like the number is suppressed because he hasn't been performing. You know, he hasn't been playing all the snaps. Like, last week he looked nice. But I feel like he still wasn't totally back.
Yeah.
Another week, I like that number. He can get that in 2 plays.
Yeah, no, and I think
it goes along with what you're saying. I think it's going to be a competitive game. And people are maybe thinking it's a blowout. But again, there's no Gio Bernard. I know he was losing some snaps to P. Ryan and the Captain America guy. Yeah, ex-Captain America. Yeah. But it's still Joe Mixon, man. And he's going to be on the field. That was a reflection of not the other guys being better than him at receiving, of them limiting his workload like a Antonio Gibson kind of thing. Because they need him for the long haul. Yeah. So
I think and I like that quite a bit. Just because Baltimore likes to play man. Mm-hmm. Right now, Burrow is throwing. He's throwing the ball really well, and he has 3 really good receivers, just all man beaters. So it's if they can take the top off the defense a little bit, that really opens up things for Joe.
Yep, or screen pass even too. That's why I like the rushing receiving.
No, I like the fact that I think they're going to have to pay more attention to the passing game. They'll open stuff up for Mixon.
And what Mixon had that 38 or 40 yard touchdown reception last week. Yeah. Last game for you
is the Detroit Lions plus 15.5 at the Rams.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of points. Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of points.
One, Detroit is again they're just a no quit team. I think the Rams. I think this probably means more like. It's more of a rallying point for Goff and Detroit to come and beat. I think that the Detroit will rally around Goff more so than the Lions will rally around Stafford to beat Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more juice in Detroit's locker room and Detroit's building to win this game than there is for the Rams.
Right.
So I think Detroit's going to do everything they can to make it a competitive game. This might be their Super Bowl, especially with Goff and the way things are going. There's not much else to look forward to in the year. So, over 2 scores. I mean, Rams could get a 2-point conversion and a touchdown, and you'd still cover.
What's crazy is if you had, we're recording this on a Friday. What do you think it's going to be at? You remember the parallels I'm drawing is the Houston when they played the Bills. Remember how it was like 16.5 or whatever, and we're like, that number's high. And then by fucking kickoff, it was like 18.5.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now with Houston and Arizona.
Yeah, 18, right?
It started off at 14.5. Now it's up to 18.
So I'm saying, what do you think? Do you think it's going to sit at 15.5? I doubt it's going to go below 14. You think there's a chance this goes up to 17? Or you think it's going to kind of sit there?
Yeah. I think I could see it. There was quite a few big numbers on the board this week, and it seems like those big numbers have been covering.
Yeah.
So I don't think people are going to be deterred from fading Detroit. Especially if the Rams are still, I'm sure a lot of people still consider them a top team in the league.
Yeah,
I could see it going up. I would be surprised if there's heavy. The Sharps might pound it at the very end, like if they like Detroit. I don't know if they do, but that might change the number a point, half a point or a point. But the public may start pounding it. I mean, right now, most of the movement is going to, unless big news comes out, most of the movement's already happened. Mm-hmm. It might go up to 16, it might go down to 15, unless the Sharps really pound it, and then it might drop another half point. But
do you give Detroit a chance to win the game? Right, or is that
not a very good one? No.
Is it in the realm of possibility? I know, obviously, it always is in the NFL, but I'm saying, in the realm of possibility, is in more than 10% chance.
I would say that the odds suggest there's probably less than 5% chance. Mm-hmm. I would say it's between 5 and 10%. It's more so than the implied.
You think they have a better chance than the Texans do of beating the Cardinals?
Yes.
I'm a massive guy, but I mean...
Well, it just means so much more to Detroit.
Yeah. I think Detroit's probably still a better team.
And Detroit, it's tough to go 0-16.
Yeah.
Not saying that the Rams are the team that come off that schneid, but with Houston, now there's there's just more distractions. Arizona's at home again for only the third time this year. Houston might cover because Arizona's bad at home. They don't play well at home. But no, I like Detroit plus 15.5. It may go up to 16, but I'm not really sure what the Sharps are thinking on this. This is my lean. So.
All right, last pick for me. Darren Waller, back to the well. Yeah. I barely won that one last week. He had to have like a 9-yard catch for me to cover it. Last week I think it was at 58.5. This is at 62.5. I still feel like that's pretty low. Squeaky wheel, dude. Because if he doesn't do this, last week he covered the number, but he still ended up with only 60.
They're playing Philadelphia.
Yes.
Leaky defense.
Yeah. And we just saw O.J. Howard torch him. Right? Cameron Brain still had a couple catches. Their tight ends it wasn't Gronk. They had 8 catches for... O.J. Howard had 73 yards receiving. So
I'd be curious. I would assume that the Eagles are probably one of the top 3-and-out teams on offense. They have one of the worst first down conversion rates off of a drive. So that's plenty of opportunities. This might be a 12 target game for him. 15 target game maybe.
I'm just looking here because do they not have Chris Godwin? They have Chris. I was thinking about Chris Godwin because you heard the news that Antonio Brown's out.
Oh, is he?
He's at 74 yards. So honorable mention, Chris Godwin. I'm guessing his catch number is probably at 5.5.
Yeah.
Squeaky wheel also with AB being out, Gronk being out. That's one I like a lot too, and I'll probably be betting on that. But as for now, Darren Waller though, I feel like this is they got to get him involved. If he's as good and if he's worth the draft capital that you and everyone else spent on him, right now he's been a disappointment. In the league I have him in, I'm probably 2-4 or something. I mean, not just because of Waller, but you draft a guy in the second round in PPR to be Travis Kelce.
He's a pillar player. He was supposed to be propping up, and the other, he was supposed to set a nice baseline for us where our long shots, you're hoping, Mike Williams in the 10th round, that's what will put you over the top. But if your PP's, not getting up,
and he's been giving you a baseline of 10, which isn't the worst, but we want a baseline of 15.
You drafted him in the same round as Stephon Diggs and DK Metcalf and Ridley. All those guys are struggling. I mentioned right now.
We just figured it was the volume you were going to get.
You're expecting 100 catches and 1,200 yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns, and he's pacing significantly, probably 20-30% below that.
Especially you were expecting 10 targets a game. That was supposed to be a given.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't always the biggest touchdown guy. 6, 7, 8, whatever. Tight end, it's finicky, but you're not expecting 7 targets.
And the scary thing is the game script hasn't been a good excuse because they've been down 14 every single one of the first 4 games in a row. They were down 14 points every single game.
Yeah. But 62.5 I feel is pretty low still. And if he had smashed that number last week, this number would be at 67, something like that. And the fact that you could have still won last week on him, I'm going to double down again on him. And I feel like if he loses, he gets 50. I'm still going to say it every week. He can get 120, 130, 140.
Yeah.
We've seen him do it before.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have the linebacker or the safety to cover him. And Derek Carr's been spreading around. I like what Henry Ruggs is doing. It's going to start opening up the field. You know what I mean? And, So,
recap, we started off with, so this is both of our first picks.
R2 smash.
The R2s, the 4-0, hopefully 5-0. Here's Panthers, -3. We recommend buying it down to 2.5 at -120, 125. They're playing the Giants. They're at the Giants. Then I have the Chiefs -5 at Titans. I have the Bengals +6.5. Might want to wait till 7 if you think it's going to go that way against Baltimore. And then I have Detroit +15.5 at the Rams.
I have Scary Terry McLaurin, 67.5 over receiving yards. Darren Waller, 62.5 over receiving yards. Joe Mixon, 76.5 total yards. That's receiving and rushing. And then our R2 pick, we both have Carolina, -2.5, -3, wherever you can get it. Again, we recommend buying it down.
Yep.
Just you might lose $10 of profit, but you won't push it.
If you're betting, let's call it $25. Let's call it $20. You're betting that
$2 difference.
You're losing $2
to not lose by or not push by the field goal.
Yeah,
which we're saying 13-point victory, but you never know. I'm pretty confident they're going to win. I think 80% chance.
I think so. I think Carolina's a much better team than they've been playing. It can't get much worse for them.
Since we had the nice introduction, instead of the pound, let's do a handshake. RobSquared.